Once upon a time, in a far-off land, there lived a
mango, 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 mango.
Hello, this is top 10 tips for being fruitarian or just living naturally. So first tip is that humans are frugivores. So just to establish that and why, it's because we are like herbivorous or omnivorous, but our preferred food type is fruit. Like tropical fruit appeals to us in its natural state, whereas meat or dairy products do not. So just to clarify as well that plants aren't sentient, they do have survival instinct and things like that, but so here are some studies and proof on screen which scientifically show that we are biologically frugivores, 100%. Tip 2 is that fruit has all the nutrients except vitamin D and B12 because they aren't from food. So you can supplement those if you wish. But all the food nutrients are there, and especially in tropical fruit, it's already in like a 80-10-10 structure, which is like 80% carbs, 10% protein, 10% fat, or maybe it varies a bit depending on how ripe or good the fruit is. So for example, here is the nutrients of a mango. So too much sugar is often asked about fruitarian diets. Well, fibre is in fruit and that slows down the absorption. So most of the studies relating to diabetes and things like that are related to refined sugar. Number 3, cold climates. Staying warm prevents craving. Hot or cooked foods, which aren't our optimal diet, although they can be good substitutes. Tip number 4 is to eat bananas as your staple food. You can tell when they're ripe. A good way to ripen them faster is to keep them in a warm environment, or if you want to preserve them, in a cold environment, like the fridge. So if you want to make a smoothie as well, which isn't again optimal because you're losing some of the fibre, but use a stick blender because it reduces oxidation. So number 5 is bodybuilders can thrive on fruit-based diets as long as he or she is eating enough total calories. A couple are, who I haven't actually checked out, are Mike Velocity and Charlie Abel. Number 6, coconut water can replenish sodium. Although vegetarian and vegan adults in the US consume 4 to 6 times more sodium than necessary, when one goes fruitarian, it would become important again to have enough sodium in your diet, especially after exercise, because you lose a lot of the salt and things. Young versus old coconuts. Young is the meat's easier to digest. Old isn't so much. So, but the water in both is good for replenishing sodium. Okay, tip number 7 is about raw nuts versus cooked potatoes. Which is better? Now, it's okay to stray from raw if fruit is not available, so cooked potatoes do digest easier, and obviously nuts have a very high fat ratio. So number 8, find the best fruit. So it should be ripe, which you can test by the appearance or feel, and it should be appealing. Just use your senses. This living naturally is all about what appeals to you, and that means if it's ripe and appealing, then it's going to be more nutritious. Keep that in mind. So number 9, protect from the sun by building up resistance to the sun. Wear a long sleeve t-shirt or a hat and just be aware. Also, tan is protection or a sign of tolerance. So build up a tan and gradually you can be out in the sun all day. Tip number 10 is dental care and cleanliness. So fresh fruit doesn't stick to the teeth, however dried fruit does. So if you're having dates or things like that, you could soak them in water first. Ripe fruit is not acidic and does not erode the enamel. Unripe fruit does. Quality fruit, which basically means ripe and fresh again, is mineral dense. Low quality fruit isn't. So it's just to do with efficiency and how much you eat. So another one is eat meals rather than graze. Similar to the previous, it's just you're not damaging your teeth all day long basically. Another part of tip 10 is rinse with water after eating, but don't brush, as that'll wear your enamel away because of lower pH after meals. Fruit can be acidic. 1 or 2 times a day you can brush gently but intelligently to cover your teeth with water or a non-toxic toothpaste, and flossing is good as well. To keep clean, no animal products or fermented milk, things like that, which are hard to digest. Cleanliness is health, so animals have been looking after themselves by just staying clean and showering in water, which we can still do as well. Also, fresh air and sun is good, so take your top off and things like that, get the air flowing and the sunlight, because your skin cleanses naturally. And yeah, that's my top 10 list. Go and buy some fruit, find the best source for you, and it really is an enjoyable lifestyle. So far I'm like 3 days into it, but I've got a lot more energy. I'm not craving chocolate and things like this because my meal is already a treat. I'm having like high sugar meals, like maybe 3 mangoes or 5 bananas, papayas I haven't actually tried yet, but this is the other thing, you can try lots of different fruit. And did you know there's some crazy like fruit available in the Amazon and the Thailand rainforests? One of them, you eat this berry and then whatever you eat after is sweet. So you can have like the berry and then have a tomato and the tomato will be sweet. Or like a pineapple, which can be sour. So if we stop harming our rainforests, then, which animal agriculture is the leading cause of, then we'll have the opportunity someday in the future to try all these.
Mango,